I'm Claire.
And I'm Laura.
But,
Yeah, I'm Laura,
and I'm Claire.
as we said.
I loved living with a lot of people at the co-op, and I loved the discussions that we had, and I felt like living at the co-op really helped me get to know people as whole people, and not just kind of like superficially like who they are and what they're studying, but really, who they are.
For context sake, Claire and I moved in 2010. We were sophomores at the time and lived here till we graduated in 2012.
It was like 2.5 years of dear co-op madness.
And yeah, I mean, I think one of the biggest things for me, I was like at a point right before I moved here, I was almost ready to fucking leave State College because I kind of hated it.
Same.
And this was the game changer. Now going forward in life, it's weird because like she was just saying about getting to know people as like whole people. I realized how, I mean, everything's relative, but well equipped I've been to deal with different personalities because of this experience.
Because you're in such close
Something that
quarters
not
with
a
them.
lot of people really have much experience with or really even want to expose themselves to. And I don't mean that in a self-righteous way, I mean that in a grateful way, I think.
Okay, so what do we hate about the co-op?
What do we hate about the co-op? Fuck, I don't know.
I hate that the dishes are always in the sink.
That didn't bother me so much, I'm kind of a slob. I hated when... I don't know if there's anything I hate. I hated when this bitch like stole my clothes out of Duff, but it was my own fault for leaving them around.
I always gave them back.
I can't say there's anything I hated about the co-op. Like, there's inconveniences whenever you live with a bunch of people, for sure, but I don't know that they'd be different anywhere else for me. What did you hate?
I just said the dishes.
Oh, just it though?
That's pretty much, I don't know. And there were some interpersonal conflicts, but part of living here was
That's
learning
life,
how to
though.
deal with them, and that is life.
This is just accelerated life.
Yeah. I feel like I learned a lot about politics living here.
Yeah.
Alright, next question.
Advice for future Coopers. Fucking, I don't know what to tell you.
If you live with people in the same major as you, take all of your classes.
Yeah, so us two and
Come here.
this guy
Hello.
were in the same major. So we were super efficient and economical.
We did all our group projects together.
And
It was
just
the
did all-
best idea
yep.
ever.
It was
So,
the best.
You know,
Much more easy that
we
way.
got a groove going. Oh, I have a good tip. So,
What's another tip?
well, I don't know if it's a good tip, commentary more or less, but your fucking consensus meetings are gonna drive you crazy.
Yeah.
I don't have good tips for dealing with that.
Just relax.
Just be aware of it and just know that at the time it's gonna be like fucking horrible.
And try to keep your meetings to an hour.
Yeah, time management in meetings is like a huge
But does it
deal.
really matter? Like, do we have anything more important to do?
Well, it depends on your definition of important. Some people would say yes, extremely so. Other people would say fuck school, no. But
This is Andy Goga.
Hi, my name is Andy Gogo.
he's post-gas.
I am post-gas.
Oh, the post-gas theorem!
I'm
That's
pretty
one of my
post-gas
favorite
too at this
co-op
point.
memories.
We probably shouldn't say
We
this.
should probably
It's pretty-
relate this to
No.
the
We
to
probably
the
shouldn't
future.
tell you this because it's like super not
It goes
about like
against.
what the co-op's for. But
I go
gas
I go
means that you
against
give
what
a
a lot
shit.
of the things about the co-op stands for.
gas means that you like give a shit about, you know, like the world, social issues, human rights, environmental issues, etc., etc., etc. Here's the thing, Andy and I at least, and I mean Claire's gas,
We can talk about
And
pre-gas
about
too.
something.
you're
Pre-gas.
some gas,
Pre-gas is
and I'm
important.
some gas too. He's the least
Pre-gas.
gas. But like Andy and I used to be like fucking like vegans and like
Well,
all about
first we were
giving a
pre-gas.
shit.
Pre-gas. Pre-gas is before you give a shit. This is before you actually
Yeah, you're
care
just like
about
living
the
your life,
You're
you
like
know.
This is
a
the worst
regular
place.
guy, a regular gal, regular folk, you know. And you're like, oh my god, like what about like sustainability? What about like the world and
You're
shit
like,
and
let me
like
fucking
inequality?
use a
I'm
Nalgene
gonna
instead of
fucking
buying bottled
change
water. Like that
everything.
makes a difference.
And then you're like,
oh wait a minute, actually this doesn't actually mean anything.
And then you realize
And then
that
you're
Post-gas.
post-gas.
And then you realize that
Pre-gas,
nothing
gas,
fucking matters because
post-gas.
your
That's what it is.
gasness is really just like an egotistical, narcissistic way of pretending like you matter.
Doesn't actually
So when you stop
matter.
caring,
And then you realize
The world
that
is
you should just
shit.
be post-gas because listen,
It's
you're just
all
gonna die.
shit.
You might as well just
The
enjoy your
world
shit
is
in the
fucked
meantime.
up.
it's a better way to be.
Doesn't
True.
matter. Doesn't matter.
I mean, you can have like select issues that you, if you really want to be gassed about
Yeah.
them, but generally
I think
speaking,
we're all gassed
don't
about
waste a
select
lot of
issues.
time feeling guilty because you forgot to recycle
We're
your water bottle
all
yesterday.
going
This
to
doesn't
die.
matter. It doesn't matter.
You're
to
going
anyone.
to
Not
die.
to us, not to you, not to the earth. It
The
just
person
doesn't matter.
who might embalm you is alive right now, going to the mall.
So we're clearly a great trio. That should be evident. And
Yeah.
now to stop being all about ourselves, what's the
Amen.
next thing? Favorite coop memories. One of my favorite co-op memories, well I have so many, but one was when our when our old roommate Caleb, who suffers from PTSD, decided to try to light the whole house on fire with a lighter by holding it up to the corner of the cabinet. Another would be
At least he didn't use gasoline.
true, but he thought about it, that's for sure. Another would be just like generally, if you live here and you're here in the summer, the spring, or the early fall, sit in the backyard and just watch sunset. I don't know where you're from, but if you're
Really
from an
nice
urban
thing to
place,
do.
you're not going to see sunsets like this there.
Go to
So
the
do
roof.
that.
The roof is fucking awesome.
Yeah, sit on the fucking
The
roof.
roof.
There's
Yeah.
multiple roofs.
They say that you
Roof?
can't draw on it anymore, but just do what you want. Doesn't
Another
matter.
favorite memory would be we had housemates Louisa was our housemate for a while, and she's from Germany, and Ross lived here then too, right?
Oh
And
yeah, we had
had-
a lot of really cool couch surfers from all over the
Foreign
world
people are good.
who ended up just
Yeah.
staying with us for
Usually.
And we had this like Eurofest
Yeah, we did.
meal, and we like lined up tables that went from like,
There was like
well, if
chocolate
you ever move here,
mousse.
you'll see, but like from the one side of the dining room all the way to the front of the house, pretty much. And we invited like, you know, everyone who lived here was here, and then like friends of the co-op, alumni who were in town, things
Lots
like that.
of meat.
Yeah, and we just ate a shit
Industrial
ton of
meat.
food. And it ruled.
Industrial meat is
I mean,
the
we did a
best
lot.
meat.
We ate a lot of shit. We ate a shit ton of food a lot, but
I got really good at dumpster diving while I was living here.
yeah.
That's a good co-op memory too. Especially getting yelled at by the cop.
Yeah. Also, just I don't know. Now I'm gonna get mushy and like cliche, but for me, like I don't know. I'm kind of like a weird, selectively antisocial, bitchy person, but nonetheless, like I really appreciated just coming home to like a bunch of people who were like crazy, you know, but like in good ways, mostly in good ways, and it makes you feel like not so alone, you know. And there's a lot of ways I think you can create that, but
I agree.
I would argue that we're lucky in the way that I think a lot of college students who just get apartments with like one or two of their best friends or whatever, like don't
It could be
really
depressing.
experience that. Yeah,
Could be
because
depressing.
either it's like, okay, they're your best friends, so there's a lot of like weird pressure all about that, but then also it's like you're not forced to branch out, you're not forced to be
And
exposed to new people that
and you're not forced to talk about your issues with each other as roommates. You're not forced to work.
it's like less challenging as from a personal development standpoint, I think, in a lot of scenarios. And also like if you are living with your best friend and one of them gets a boyfriend and then all of a sudden all they do is spend their time with their boyfriend, then you're kind of alone.
Yeah, that
and that's
sucks.
kind of lame. And I feel like we took, like, for the most part, whenever one of us has had different others, like, we take them in and they become part of the scene, you know? And
Or if not, there's 20 other people to hang out with.
Of course. But why not add another? Like, generally speaking, we like the people that each other dates enough.
Yeah.
You know? So, now we're just rambling. Oh, I'm just rambling.
It's been 9
I'm
minutes of
just
video.
shut up.
Do we think we're done?
I think you guys should talk more, because I think I rambled.
As soon as you said 9, it was 9/11. That means September 11th. That means America.
Terrorists.
Never
You guys
forget.
are, these two are
Never
fucking, look at
forget.
their brown hair. Look
We're-
at their brown ass hair. These
We're
fucking
patriots.
terrorists.
Oh,
We're
look, we have somebody
patriots.
else here too.
Hello. Welcome to the camera.
Look, I'm just an Aryan ass, blue-eyed,
Thank you for
blonde-haired,
listening.
true American, and these